Hey everyone, it's Desy Cheng, and today we're going to be talking about the Billingham Hadley Small as well as the Hadley Pro camera bags, and we're going to be talking about the differences between them as well as what fits inside them, and also which one I prefer and what I like and I don't like about each of them. Alright, so these are arguably the sexiest camera bags on the market. And yes, I know there are some good competitors such as Ona. However, I'm not a big fan of the Ona bags just because they are a little bit heavier. These ones are super lightweight and it has a waterproof canvas. So let's start talking about the differences between the two bags, or which one I like the most. And I would have to say 95% of the times I'm taking the small out just because it could be used as an everyday bag. And when I'm walking around, I'm not carrying a full-size DSLR. I am, just putting my mirrorless bag and my sunglasses and things like that. So you don't necessarily need the Hadley Pro for that. So the winner in terms of an everyday walk-around bag is definitely the Hadley Small. Now, in terms of what fits inside these bags, if you're using a full-frame DSLR like a 5D or D750, you could probably only carry like the body with a lens attached and one additional lens. With the Hadley Pro, it's a little bit larger, so there is an additional spot, so you can probably have your body with a lens and two additional lenses that would be able to fit inside. If you are using a mirrorless system such as Fuji or Sony or Olympus or Panasonic, this one's a little bit too deep, so the lenses are smaller, and if you have a lens that kind of goes to the bottom, it's tougher to fish around for. I mean, they have great lens dividers, which you could stack the lenses up top and higher, but I find that this is a little bit too big for mirrorless systems. So if you are using a mirrorless system on the Hadley Small, you can put your body with the lens attached to it, and comfortably you can probably cram in two additional lenses, but they would have to be stacked on top of one another. If you're using a 70-200 DSLR lens like the Canon or the Nikon, then you'll like this bag because you can actually fit it right inside and it fits perfectly. So both of these bags have a removable interior, so it's great if you want to just convert it into just an everyday use bag without needing the foam dividers. The great thing about the Hadley Pro is that you can actually fit a 15-inch MacBook Pro once you remove the divider. So assuming that you are not going to be removing the dividers and you're going to keep your cameras in there, what else can you cram inside? Well, in between the divider as well as the shell, on the Small, you can fit a full-size regular iPad. It's a little bit of a squeeze, but you can get it in there. If you had an Air, that might fit better, or an iPad mini, that will be probably the best with lots of room to spare. On the Hadley Pro, you can actually fit a 13-inch MacBook Pro right behind. Again, a little bit of a squeeze with all of your camera gear, but it will fit. I probably wouldn't advise doing so because that's going to add a lot of weight to your shoulder. But that's ultimately up to you. Both of the bags have two front pockets held by a single snap button. The Hadley Pro is a lot larger. I can actually make a full fist inside of it. And as for the Hadley Small, it's a little bit smaller. I could probably fit 4 of my fingers in there and have a little bit of wiggle room, but it's enough space for me to put small little items. To access the main compartment, there is an adjustable leather latch system. At first, I really didn't like it because it was a little bit cumbersome and it needed 2 hands. But as the weather kind of wore in, it got softer and it became easier and easier to latch on and latch off. The other differences between the bag, on the Hadley Pro, there is a nice top handle, which I really wish the Small had, but it doesn't. And the other thing also is on the Hadley Pro, on the back side of the bag, there is a zippered compartment at the back. As for the size and how it looks on my body, I'm about 5'9", and so this is what it looks like with the Hadley Small on me. And this is what it looks like with the Hadley Pro on me. Overall, love these bags. It does come at a hefty price point, but I think it's completely worth it, assuming that I'm going to be using it every single day. Two things that I wish that it did have on either of the bags. On the bottom, there's nothing on the bottom. So if you're setting it down on a dirty ground, it could get dirty. So I wish they just added some kind of, rivets or studs, or even added some kind of a little bit like a rugged material. Yeah, that would be one thing. And the second thing is on the side, I just wish that there was an expandability option where you could just attach like an additional pouch or something if you just needed to add just a little bit more of exterior space. But that's essentially it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. And if you want to see more bag reviews, please like and subscribe. And definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.